So before we start, what do you feel, what's the main area of concern for you?
I've had in the past rotator cuff discomfort in the
Okay.
shoulder, mainly an external rotation
All right.
and adducted, so this motion. It's not
Yep.
bothering me right now, but it has in the past.
Okay.
And like everybody else, overstretched stuff.
Yeah, traps
Here.
and stuff. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to start. So this technique is extremely gentle. And I'm going to do, normally a first visit, we would actually reset the whole body. So we would work the lower body, the upper body, and the neck. But that would take about 40 minutes or so. So in this case, I'm just going to go to the second treatment, which is what we would use for acute sports injuries or, just demonstrations. What happens when you do the second treatment first is some people just heal right away. Other people need it set by what would be the very first treatment.
Okay.
Because it's almost like teaching the body a language, but it's incomplete until you reset the whole body. Okay? So, and the reason I'm stopping is because it takes a couple minutes for the body to integrate the information. And the points are done either where there are like meridians, also where there are quite a few, it could be marma points as well, which is more from a Ayurvedic perspective.
Right.
And sometimes it's trigger point areas. So there's different ways of understanding why it has this effect. So I'm just going to show another little move here. And again, we would wait for that integration. So sometimes, you feel like a sense of, the body's relaxing. Other times, nothing at all. And most people do it lying down.
Right.
But it's, I have a lot of elderly people in wheelchairs, so they can't really lie down.
Right.
And we can do it sitting or in the field, in like sports things. We do it just on the field.
So physiologically, what's going on when you're doing what you just did?
Basically, I'm breaking a pattern of pain. So there's a feedback loop which goes to the central nervous system. And the body believes continually in this pattern. And all we're doing is by changing the receptor cell sensitivities of the spindle cells, it's breaking the pain loop.
Okay.
And so what happens is hypertonic muscles start to become non-hypertonic, and so they start to relax. So that's one of the main, ways. The other thing is some of the fascial work. It'll trigger certain areas. It also helps like lymphatic flow, increase circulation. There's several things going on at the same time.
But it's such a short period of time, so you're looking for a stimulation opposed to a sedation because you don't stay there long.
No, that's right.
Okay.
That's right. And most treatments take 3 to 5 visits.
Okay.
And it doesn't matter how chronic the condition is, that's about the treatment time. So a lot of massage therapists add it because of the wear and tear to their own bodies.
Sure.
It's easy to add, and it's very, very effective.
Right.
It also can be done completely separately as a separate modality because it's good in its own right. But
Right.
So let me just do the neck now. This is hard to see, but yeah, that one's hard to show. Okay, and then there's one more on the traps before I get to your shoulders. So you kind of need to set the body to receive this. So I don't know if you feel yet a sense of like...
I definitely feel it. I feel a tingling sensation from the areas that you're working.
Right, okay.
Even from the earlier points, not just
Right.
the ones that are...
Yeah. How he discovered exactly what to do where and how to organize that, it's a mystery. I mean, he had lots of background in Chinese medicine.
Now, is there a specific direction?
To the move, yeah.
movement?
Every move has a specific way of doing it and a type of level of challenge and a type of touch. So it's very, very specific.
But I'm saying, is there a clockwise or counterclockwise, or does it
Nope.
vary depending
It
upon
varies where the muscle is.
Has
you know.
nothing to do with the fiber direction of the muscle going
Pardon
against
me?
it? It has nothing to do with the fiber direction
It does
of the muscle?
cross the fiber.
Okay.
It crosses the fiber, yes. In most cases, there's some activation points that are a little bit different, where you'll go to the insertion,
Right.
and the origin,
Right.
and activate them simultaneously. So it's a little bit of
Right.
another method, but overall, it's what you're feeling here is typical of it.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm going to do one more for the neck. That's quite tight.
Yes, I will agree with you.
Okay, it's more like a string rather than like. It's like yeah. But we'll change that. So sometimes it's immediate, and that's I guess the passion I've found with this is that, as a naturopath I have all this other training, but then for physical therapy, I just couldn't find, something that just responded so easily without, such hard work or, kind of risky business, right? This is, there's no risk to this, right? So,
No.
It's been amazing actually.
So then you work with specific points, and so the order you did is the order you would normally do, other than doing the first part.
Yeah,
I mean, you left
for
out
this.
the first part. You're doing the second part of the
Correct.
treatment.
Yeah. But
Okay.
that's the basics. So that's what I teach in the first day. It's just the basics, but then every body part has its little, its own moves. And different muscles have different procedures that if it doesn't release with this, then you might do teres minor, you might do, pectoral muscle, and it just depends where it is.
So you don't do all of them anyway. You try
No.
to see get the results are, and if you get the results you want with, I guess this.
The less, yeah, the
Least
least,
amount.
yeah. So you allow the body's natural healing to take over.
Right.
So it's like a trigger to the healing,
Right.
and then what happens is that people come back a week later. You don't do any treatments for a week, and you look at where they're at then. And so if it goes to a different area of the body, that's what the body's asking for treatment. So in a sense, it's like unwinding, to the origin of the problem. And so it's intuitive in a sense, but it's guided by their own healing process. So that's what's kind of neat. I like that because I like to encourage that people do their own healing actually.
Right.
And this is just a little tool, and it's
No matter
set
what
up.
we do, they all do their own healing now.
Absolutely, yeah. No, they do. They do.
We just work with different, as you say, patterns or
Yeah.
way to access.
Correct.
body.
Yeah. No, it's true. Yeah. But here's what I find exciting in my own practice is just the sharing of that because it's so fast.
Right.
It's like, oh my God, you did this and now I sleep better or I
How long have you been
digest better.
practicing it?
20 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
And who developed it?
A fellow named Tom Bowen.
Oh, it was
So,
Bowen. Okay.
yeah, that's why it's called.
Okay.
Yeah. And then he's taught about 6 people in his career of about 30 years.
And he's still alive.
No, he died in 89.
Okay.
And then, so basically, yeah, so there's been different schools teaching different parts,
lineages,
different
yeah.
lineages, yeah. And what I've tried to do with Bowen College is I've contacted all the different lineages to see if we can actually put together a program that helps the practitioners really take off with this.
And how's that going? Do
Well,
they
I've
wanna
just
do
done it. Some people are aware. Oh, no, everyone agreed.
Okay, well, good.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's, almost everyone agreed.
Can't make everybody
but,
happy.
No, but it doesn't matter. But for the student, it's perfect because basically for them, it just accelerates the healer inside because they get everything they want. They
How
can
long is the
connect to that.
education?
It's 1,000 hours, so
Okay.
for the whole thing,
Right.
But there's a basic level which is 500 hours. It just depends on what you know to come in,
Right.
So some, we do cover some like meridian medicine because that's important to understand.
Right.
We cover some nutrition. So it depends. If you got all that as a background, then the course itself is not very long. Just depends how deep you want to do it. But
Right.
Yeah, some people are teaching it with very little background at all.
Right.
And you can do it. It can be done mechanically, but the pleasure and the joy I have is putting all the pieces together, so that's what I like. So
Well, that's why you have the college.
yes. Okay, so let me just get here because I want to let this go. Start with this one, I think. There we go.
I got here really, really early because I drove really dark. Didn't want to hit the track.
Okay, now we're going to start. Which one's the shoulder you use most?
So I read for a little bit.
I'm pretty ambidextrous, to be
Yeah?
honest with you,
Okay.
but this is the one that was injured.
Yeah, okay, that's what it looks like. So
This one started also, but because obviously you compensate. But right now they feel pretty good. I was
Okay.
able to.
Well, let's free them up here.
Let's just do that.
Why not, right?
Right now, while we're at it.
Okay. So you see, this is a little bit different than the
Then,
than what I was doing in the back.
yeah.
Slightly different
Yeah.
feel to it, yeah. And then give it a moment, and then we'll start wiggling you around.
Want me to wiggle around?
Yeah, you can stand and just.
can stand?
Yep, and just move a little bit. Lift your feet, and then turn your head side to side. Okay, so you've got. When you're going this way, where does it block? Because I can see it's not full.
I guess more right up in here, wherever
Okay.
you're working.
Yeah. There we go. Now lift your feet.
Lift my feet.
Yes. Okay.
Those are my feet, Ryan.
Yep.
Unlike your feet when you were shooting your feet earlier today.
Okay. Now you can stop all that, and then just turn your head side to side again to see how you do. Okay. So you. Okay. One more time. Okay. You still got a block. Where else is it?
I feel most of it up here. That doesn't mean that I don't feel some of it low in the scalenes
No.
also.
Okay.
Okay,
Let me just get to it from here.
Anyway, where's your stuff? Oh, and I have to. You filled in one of those, right? I just need to get this here. Hi there. You have to go to treatment.
Whatever you want. Are they healed?
And then you get a coupon.
There's a different arrow that's coming.
Okay. Now lift your feet again. It's just for the integration of it. Okay.
Now?
Now you
Now
can-
do I have to
yeah.
lift my feet and turn my head at the same time?
No,
Okay.
no, it's not
Doing
that
two things at
coordinated.
once, I
It's
can do that.
like, no, it's too hard. Okay, now just see if it's freer. Okay, that's better. Does it feel freer yet?
I'm not familiar with.
It's hard for me to really notice because I still feel a pull.
Okay.
But I also know I'm going to have somewhat, if I did 360, you'd probably be a little bit upset. So I don't. What should our range of motion be? 90 degrees is
No.
average normal.
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
lower shoulder.
but
What
I'm
should it
asking
be?
just your perception of it. You've got a little bit more range, but what about the pull? Is it gone?
No, the pull's not gone. But
Okay.
I feel that it's almost like at the end of that range of motion, though. I'm not sure that it's
Yeah,
anything
no,
more
no.
than being at the end of the muscle.
No, true, but you don't want to have, when you go that way, you don't have any pull, right? You're good.
Definitely more pull on this side.
Yeah, okay, so we have to let it go. So that's what I'm trying to get
Okay.
rid of.
It's your job. Go ahead, go for it.
Now, people don't always immediately heal. It will go on, there we go, a little bit better. It will go on for, there we go. And there's a bit of fascia right there that is pulling. There we go. Now, quickly lift like that, just that way, and now just try again, because it can heal over 5 days, right? It's not always a miracle, but often it is.
I think it's less.
Yeah,
I think
okay.
it's less.
Yeah.
You don't feel that?
I still see something going on.
But I
here.
definitely feel it. But I think it's probably less than I felt before.
Yeah.
And I feel a little bit of pull on this side too, but it's lower on this side. It's not up the
No.
occipital.
Okay, let's get rid of the one on the traps. There we go. And
Oh yeah, sorry.
okay, now try it again. you're
What?
zigzagging along. I got to get to the back.
Okay.
Let's do a move over here.
That fall on your head at an early age.
You don't mind a treatment, right? Here, give me your hand.
Oh, here.
Yeah, I'll just go like that. I'll just pull you. So relax that. Perfect. And tell me if you feel any discomfort here. Is that tight here?
I mean,
I know everything is, but find me
Yeah.
the worst one.
Find you the worst one. Well, you keep on going. I'll let you know. It's really like bad.
That one? It's pretty bad.
It's not. That lower one probably was pretty
This
dumb.
one here?
Yeah, that's pretty
Okay.
good. I'll look to settle with
Okay,
that one.
okay. Let's work with that one. Okay, so just breathe in. And out. Good. And again. And out. And I'm just going to move your arm, so just relax it and take one more good breath in. And out. Okay. Now we're going around. Okay.
Okay.
Now try it and see if you're released.
That was a little bit better.
Yeah, okay. And try the other side. Yeah.
I didn't feel as much on the side, but I feel more down around C7, maybe a
Yeah,
little bit above
okay.
C7 in that area on this side.
Okay.
I definitely don't feel the same pull on the
No.
occipital that I felt on this side.
Yeah.
And the pull on the side is less than it was.
Okay. So this would be the last thing I would do because otherwise we're chasing it, and what happens to happen is your body has to integrate. There we go. Has to integrate this. So the ideal, because I'm kind of pushing after each thing to show you a little bit
Right.
the technique, but you also want to stop when there's enough activity, because then the body takes over. Whereas if I kept pushing and fixing everything,
It's overstimulated then.
it's overstimulated, right?
And
So
it says, now what do we do?
exactly, and what do you want us to treat? Okay, so that's it.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank you. No, it's interesting. I mean,
Yeah.
it's nice to know the different concepts. You know,
Oh, yeah, I
because
know.
the people that you study with influence what we do, obviously.